Welcome, dear students, to the online class for Class 12 that we have begun specially for you all, because we are all going through this rather difficult and strange times. So this is your English teacher, Dipali Rai, just in case you have forgotten, because it's been quite a while that we have been away from school. All right, so we all need to come back, gather back to what we were doing. All right, and of course you all have been promoted to Class 12. Congratulations for that. And it's now time for all of us to begin with our syllabus. All right, so it is a very important class for you all students. I know we all understand the importance of Class 12. This is the time that you will be putting all your effort, all right, which is going to make your future beautiful and easier. So the time you give to your studies right now is going to have a lot of impact on your future. All right, of course we are going through difficult times, but let's take it positively. All right, we could make the most out of it, and all the teachers are doing their best to do so that we can help you all in getting ahead with your studies. Right, so the online classes is one way that we have found out to help you all. So I sincerely hope that you will join in regularly and do the assignments given to you regularly. Keep yourselves updated with what's being done in the classes. All right, so right away I would like to begin with the syllabus, because syllabus is what you've got to know before starting your classes. All right, so in Class 11 we have done 5 prose, 5 poetry, and we had a rapid reader. So the same book, we will be using it in Class 12, but with a new set of prose, poetry and drama. All right, so the textbook is not an issue with us. Every one of you have the textbook. We'll be using the same textbook that you have been given in Class 11 by the board. All right, West Bengal board. So in the textbook, if you open it, in the content, you'll find 4 prose, 4 poetry and a play. All right, in the Class 12 section. All right, so the 4 prose that we have in our syllabus is number 1, The Eyes Have It by Ruskin Bond, Strong Roots by APJ Abdul Kalam. Then you have Thank You Ma'am by Langston Hughes. Number 4, 3 Questions by Leo Tolstoy. Then in the poetry, you have On Killing a Tree by Jeev Patel, Asleep in the Valley, Arthur Rimbaud, Shall I Compare Thee to a Summer's Day by William Shakespeare, and the poetry of Earth by John Keats. All right, and apart from that, you have a play to do by the Russian writer Anton Chekhov, that is The Proposal. All right, okay, dear students, now we'll we need to understand rather the division of marks in your question pattern. All right, in your syllabus. So the division of marks is such: prose is 20, poetry 20, play is 10 marks, your grammar is 10, then for your unseen it's 10 marks, and for your writing segment it is 10. So let's see the marks division in each. All right, so in prose you have you'll be given 4 MCQs, that is multiple choice questions, and they are all compulsory. 4 multiple choice questions, all compulsory. That means you've got to go through your text properly. Please go through your text properly. You need to go in detail so you can answer the multiple choice questions. That is 4 marks. All right. Then you will be given 8 questions, short answer type questions, where you'll have to answer the question in a line or two. Okay, short answers but in full sentence, right? So you have to answer 4 questions out of the 8. That again makes up 4. So MCQ 4, short answer questions 4. Then you'll have the long question. Okay, so you'll be given 4 long questions, out of which you've got to do only 2. All right, as that is 6 marks each, makes up 12. All right, so for your long answer, it carries 6 marks each, where you've got to answer any 2 out of the 4 questions. So that makes up 12. So in total, the prose makes up to 4 MCQ, 4 of short question answers, and 12 from your long answer. That makes up 20 marks. The same is with the poetry segment. The same pattern follows out. The MCQ, you've got to do 4 compulsory. That means you've got to go through all your poetry in detail, know it in detail. All right, for your multiple choice questions, carries 4 marks. Then you have your short answer questions, all right, which again, out of the 8 questions, you've got to answer any 4. You'll be given choice, so that carries 4 marks. Then you'll be given 2 long you'll be given in fact 4 long questions, out of which you have to answer any 2. So that carries 12 marks. All right, so in total it makes up to 20 again. So 20 of prose and 20 of poetry. Then we move on to the play section. All right, in your play section, you have 4 short answer type questions. All right, and it's compulsory, and only 1 long answer. All right, long answer is only 1, that is of 6 marks. So 4 plus 6 makes 10. All right, so your play carries 10 marks. Now apart from this, you have your grammar. So in your grammar segment, you have your textual grammar. That means all your grammatical questions will be based on the text that you have in your syllabus. Okay, so please go through your text properly. All right, so in your grammar, what are the things that you have is articles and prepositions. Okay, so you'll be given 6 fill in the blanks, which carries half marks each. So it makes up 3. Okay, 3 marks for articles and preposition. Then you have your transformation of sentences, very important, carries 6 marks. Okay, so in your transformation of sentences, you have things like voice, okay, change of voice, then the transformation of degrees of comparison, then you have your splitting and joining of sentences, then you have your transformation of different types of sentences, okay, from negative to affirmative. All right, so you'll have to do transformation of sentences. Okay, it carries 6 marks. Then apart from that, you have 1 mark for error correction. You'll be given a word where you have to, a sentence where you have to find out the error and you have to do the correction. That carries just 1 marks. All right, so that makes up your grammar for 10 marks. Then you have an unseen passage of 10 marks again. Okay, so you'll be given a passage, a comprehension passage, which you've got to comprehend, you've got to understand on your own and answer the questions. So the questions will have true and false, 4 marks, and short answer questions. Okay, you'll be given 3, I think that you'll be given about 4 or 5 questions, out of which you've got to answer any 3, which carries 2 marks each. Again, it sums up to 6. Okay, 6 marks. So 6 for your question answers and 4 for your true and false in your unseen passage makes up 10. Then finally you have your writing section. Okay, in your HS pattern, if you have gone through your previous year's questions, you'll find that it carries 10 marks. All right, you will be taught 3 things in class 12. That is your presse writing, your report writing, and letter writing. So out of these 3, presse, report writing, and letter writing, you can choose any one and do it. Okay, you can either do presse, okay, or your report writing or your letter writing. It all carries 10 marks. Okay, you've got to do only one. All right, so your I think we'll do the presse in detail later on. I'll tell you what is a presse. Then you have report writing, which you have already done in class 10 also. All right, so the report writing here in class 12, usually the question that has come in the previous years show that the questions, the report writing comes for your school magazine. Instead of your newspaper reporting. For class 12, normally the question comes for school magazine. All right, then you have your formal letter writing. Okay, the formal letter writing could be to the editor of a newspaper, to the headmaster, or to the branch manager, or seeking for a job. All right, or to any official, any kind of official letter. All right, so we'll go through it in detail later on. So that makes up your writing segment, that is 10 marks. So all in total we have 20 of prose, 20 of poetry, 10 play, grammar 10, unseen 10, and writing 10. That makes up your 80 marks. Okay, so where does the 20 go? So 20 marks is for your project, which you have already done in class 11 also. Okay, 20 marks for your project, and that's very important part of your syllabus. All right, so I'll talk in detail about the project in my next video. All right, I'll let you know how to go about with the project and what are the things, what are the topics in your project, how to make your project attractive and informative. Okay, we'll talk about it in the next video. Okay, thank you.